Hi, my name's Karina Dunkley. I'm one of the Green Party candidates for Tollington Ward, where I live. For a living, I'm the founder and director of a small organisation that promotes healthy eating in London and in Islington in particular, by promoting community orchards in schools and housing estates and parks.
Hello, I'm Anne Boter. I'm a teacher. I have taught in Islington in this ward, but currently I'm teaching in a neighbouring borough. I have 3 children who, last one was born here. I've been in Islington for 20 years and involved in Green Party politics all that time.
Hi, I'm Stephen Horn. I'm a solicitor. Currently, I'm employed. I'm a candidate for Tollington Ward, but I have to be honest with you, I don't in fact live in it. My main reason for standing is to give Green voters in this ward the chance to vote for a Green candidate. Obviously, our chances of success are very slim, but we are a small, under-resourced political party.
Right. My reasons for standing is quite simply that I think the Green Party has the right way, it has a sense of what will work in the long run, in the future, and I don't think any of the other parties think beyond the next 3 or 4 years, if that.
I'm standing because I care deeply about local issues, and I feel very strongly about equality and fairness, and those are really 2 of the guiding principles of the Green Party. And I think they're particularly relevant in Islington, because Islington's actually one of the more unequal boroughs in the UK, with really wealthy families living next door to people on the margins of our society. And I'm also standing because we've actually already got one Green councillor in Islington, Councillor Katie Dawson in Highbury West, and she's had a really fantastic achievement as a lone Green councillor. She's been able to push through loads of measures to make Islington safer and greener, including in particular reducing the speed limit to 20 miles an hour on residential roads, and extending apprenticeship schemes to young people, extending free sports to young people. And this has really made me realise that, you know, one person's achieved loads on the council, so if we had a whole team of Green councillors in Islington, we could really push towards a fairer and safer place here. So I think the priorities for Islington is really making sure that there aren't any cuts to frontline council services, and really we want these services to be delivered by the council and not by private companies. So, for example, one of the things we've been campaigning on is saving the Whittington, so it's very important to us to keep our accident and emergency facility open. That's our local facility close to Tollington Ward. With regards to schools, our plan is to extend free school meals to secondary school children from low to medium income families, as we believe that's targeted to helping the poorer children amongst us. And I think, like, more generally, our plan is to make Islington safer still by extending the 20 mile per hour speed reduction to main roads where there's evidence that it's not going to significantly impact travel time, and this will make Islington a more agreeable place and a safer place for pedestrians and cyclists. We want to protect all the green spaces in Islington, and in time maybe even have a new big flagship green space.
More generally, more importantly than specific policies, is the Green approach to matters in general, so that Greens would look at any policy decision and say, does this waste resources, is this energy efficient, does it make life generally pleasanter? And when you have that sort of attitude, then councils do not do some of the very stupid things that they have done.
Following on from that, the thing that I'm concerned about is that with the Greens in the council, we'll be able to make sure that things are fair, because we'll be able to represent the different groups. And part of that fair does mean a proper redistribution so that more people have their needs met and there's less waste going on. One of the things that we're very keen on doing is having a commission to look at waste so that we're actually asking honest questions about where the waste is. Housing is one of the areas that is a desperate need, that everyone has a decent place to live. And there are lots of empty properties in Islington, and we're going to make sure that as many as possible can be made available for people to be used. I absolutely love this area. I have chosen to live here. I lived on a boat for 11 years because I didn't know which part of London I wanted to live in. It's partly because I met my husband in this area, but I really do love the multicultural mix, particularly of North Islington. I could say particularly Tollington ward, but that's perhaps being a bit too specific. But I have taught in schools in North Islington, and I chose very deliberately to send my children to a school that is in Tollington ward that represents a really wonderful mix across the socio-economic range and a great variety of cultures, and has given them a brilliant education from which they've absolutely flourished, and I couldn't be happier.
I have a slight difficulty, and of course, as I said before, I don't in fact live in this ward. Certainly I can agree with everything that Anne's just said about reasons for living in London. It is an interesting, vibrant city, and Islington is a particularly agreeable part of it. I consider myself very fortunate to live in North Islington.
And I think for me, I'm a Londoner, and I've lived in different parts of London, quite a few different parts. I moved here quite recently, and I think this place is really unique in terms of being very friendly, some great independent shops and restaurants and pubs. So I'm very, very happy here, making this my home. And I really like Parkland Way in particular as well, so having that green space just on my doorstep is really lucky.
So why vote Green? Simple answer is there is no such thing as a wasted green vote. Every green vote gets noticed. It influences what the other political parties do. So essentially, if you agree with the Greens, then vote for them. Don't vote tactically for somebody with whom you do not agree.
Right, I would say vote Green, think Green, find out about the Greens, talk about the Greens, and think about what we're doing. We need to influence each other because it isn't just the political system which makes the world change, it's the way we think and what we do, because it is perfectly possible for a very sustainable and happy world and local environment, but it won't happen unless the will to work together to make that happen.
There are these two elections on May the 6th, the local one and the national one, and in terms of Islington North, I think we can probably guess the outcome of that election, but things still are up for grabs at local level. So really, if you agree with what we've just said, maybe it's worth checking out our Islington Green Party manifesto on our website, and if people like the look of that, maybe consider voting Green at local level. So yeah, if you want to read our manifesto, we have it available on our website, which is islington.greenparty.org.uk. So it'd be great if you can have a look at it.
And it will also tell you some amazing things that Katie Dawson has done as a single councillor.
That's right.